Good afternoon. Welcome to Tribune News on Q, your go-to afternoon news source only here at Daily Tribune. We are now live at Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Tribune Now on YouTube, and at Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. For today's headlines, INC members launch 3-day rally for transparency and democracy. ICI conducts Cebu flood project inspection after Typhoon Tino. Pope returns indigenous artifacts to Canada amid reconciliation efforts. Floodgate scandal triggers stock market plunge. Luka Doncic scores 41 as Lakers dominate Bucks. Rosa Rosal dies, honored for lifetime humanitarian work with the Philippine Red Cross. Today is Sunday, the 16th of November, 2025. I'm Toby Magsaysay, bringing you today's top stories. Let's get started. INC members begin 3-day rally for transparency and a better democracy. Members of Iglesia Ni Cristo are currently staging a rally against government corruption. The 3-day protest calls for government transparency and accountability amid the ongoing flood control saga. According to the Manila Police District, an estimated 25,000 INC members have gathered at the Quirino Grandstand in Manila as of 12:30 p.m. this afternoon, with a similar demonstration expected to take place at the EDSA People Power Monument in Quezon City. Members of the Philippine National Police have been deployed to monitor the demonstrations. Acting PNP Chief Jose Nartates Jr. has reminded officers to observe maximum tolerance when dealing with civilians. For more on the situation on the ground, here's Daily Tribune's Chief of Reporters, Rafi Ayeng, reporting live from Luneta.
Umaga mga katribu at narito nga tayo ngayon sa Rojas Boulevard kung saan tuloy-tuloy ang pagdating ng mga miyembro ng Iglesia ni Cristo dito sa Quirino Grandstand sa Luneta. Ito ay para sa kanilang isinasagawang rally. Kanina nga ay inanunsyo ni INC spokesperson ka Eddie Sabala na nakapasok ang ilang miyembro ng PNP na may mga dalang baril. At nakiusap naman ito na lumabas muna dahil ang sinasagawang rally na nagsimula ngayong linggo ay itinuturing na dapat ay mapayapa at hindi nila kailangan ng mga personnel mula sa PNP. Kaya nakiusap siya sa mga ito na lumabas na at manatili sa kanilang mga perimeters. Kaya ngayong oras na ito ay alas 9 pasado ay nasa 20,000 na ang mga miyembro ng INC na dumarating dito sa Quirino Grandstand. At ito muna ang pinakahuling ulat mula dito sa Luneta. Ako si Rafi Ayeng nag-uulat para sa Daily Tribune.
Mapayapa ito. Nagpaalam kami sa gobyerno, may permit kami. Nakipag-coordinate. Huwag kami ang tiktikan nyo.
Alis na!
Alis na!
Alis na! Alis na! Alis na!
Thank you, Rafi. As of right now, we received a report from the Manila Police District that the crowd has grown to over 45,000, with more expected to show up later today. Meanwhile, the Independent Commission for Infrastructure, or ICI, conducted an inspection in Cebu province to assess flood control projects following the extensive devastation caused by Typhoon Tino. The inspection was carried out in coordination with DPWH Undersecretary Arthur Bisnar and covered project sites in Mandaue City, the municipality of Liloan, Talisay City, and Cebu City. ICI Special Advisor, retired General Rodolfo Azurin Jr., led the assessment, which comes in direct response to the catastrophic impact of Typhoon Tino, internationally known as Kalmaegi. The typhoon brought heavy rains and strong winds across the Visayas area, causing widespread flooding and leaving over 300 people dead, with the majority of the fatalities coming from Cebu. And now for our international news, Pope returns the indigenous artifacts to Canada. The Vatican has returned 62 cultural artifacts to indigenous communities in Canada in a historic gesture of reconciliation. The items, masks, wampum belts, and an Inuit kayak were handed over by Pope Leo XIV to the Canadian Conference of the Catholic Bishops, who will transfer them to their originating communities. The Pope called the return, quote, a concrete sign of dialogue, respect, and fraternity, end quote. These artifacts had been part of the Vatican Museum's Anima Mundi collection, sent to Rome by missionaries in the early 20th century. The restitution is part of the Church's broader reckoning with its colonial-era role, including repudiating the doctrine of discovery. The artifacts will be housed at the Canadian Museum of History in Gatineau, Quebec, before being returned to their respective Indigenous communities. And now for our business update. Floodgate scandal tanking the stock market. On Friday, 14 November 2025, political headwinds affected the financial sector as renewed attention on the Senate's resumed probe into the Floodgate corruption scandal, combined with a surprise video expose from Congressman Zaldico, soured investor sentiment and pushed both the stock market and the Philippine peso lower. The Philippine Stock Exchange Index fell off a cliff on Friday, sliding 2.49% to 5,584.35 points, its lowest close since May 2020. The market opened the trading day with modest gains but reversed course late in the session as renewed frustration over corruption allegations weighed on investor sentiment. The decline followed former Congressman Zaldico's statement accusing President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. of involvement in alleged 100 billion pesos worth of budget insertions, as well as the resumption of the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee's hearing into the Floodgate scandal. Trading activity remained relatively brisk, with 6.8 billion in net value turnover, above the year-to-date daily average of 5.87 billion. Foreign investors were net sellers, recording 104.62 million pesos in net outflows. The Philippine peso similarly declined, closing at approximately 59.0 pesos to $1 on Friday, slightly below its previous record low of 59.17 pesos per dollar from earlier this week. Moving on to sports. The Lakers dominate the Milwaukee Bucks behind Luka Doncic's 41-point explosion. The Los Angeles Lakers closed their 5-game road trip with a statement win, routing the Milwaukee Bucks 119-95 behind a dominant performance from Luka Doncic. Doncic erupted for 41 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists as the Lakers built a massive 31-point halftime lead and kept control throughout the night. Austin Reeves added 25 points and 8 assists, while center DeAndre Ayton contributed 20 points of his own to help the short-handed Lakers finish their road swing with a 3-2 record. Despite missing several key players, including LeBron James, the Lakers jumped out to an early lead, capitalizing on a hot start and timely runs to keep Milwaukee, led by two-time MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo, from mounting a comeback. The win capped an 8-day trip that tested Los Angeles but ultimately showcased its depth and resilience. And for our entertainment news, Rosa Rosal, the Philippine Red Cross's eternal humanitarian. Rosa Rosal, the iconic Filipino actress and humanitarian, is remembered for decades of unwavering service that shaped the Philippine Red Cross's blood donation programs and disaster relief efforts. Rosal devoted more than 7 decades to helping the sick, the poor, and disaster-stricken communities. From spearheading nationwide blood drives to personally assisting patients in hospitals, she became a symbol of selfless volunteerism and dedication to public service. Her pioneering work extended beyond the Red Cross. She hosted public service television programs like Damayan and Kapwa Ko, Mahal Ko, raising awareness and support for marginalized Filipinos. Rizal's life of compassion and humility earned her numerous awards, including the Ramon Magsaysay Award and the Order of the Golden Heart. Generations of Filipinos continue to recognize her as one of the country's most enduring humanitarians, a figure synonymous with the mission and spirit of the Philippine Red Cross. That's all for now. Join us again tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. here on Daily Tribune's official Facebook page, Tribune Now on YouTube, and at Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. You can catch me alongside my co-host Jason Mago for Hot Patatas as well tomorrow at 3 p.m. That's the news. I'm Toby Magsaysay.